Right, day off today, so thought I'd take myself out on a hike. Picking up some old passion that I used to have quite a lot of is a bit of photography. And today I'm shooting with a new camera that I've picked up, which is a Olympus EM1 Mark III. So not a brand new camera by any means. It's been replaced now by OM systems, but still new to me. I have a bit of a problem when it comes to cameras, constantly looking for the best one, and to be honest, there is no perfect camera out there, so it's whatever fits your needs. I've recently been shooting with a Nikon ZF, which I've loved, full frame beast, takes amazing pictures, but it might be a little bit too much for me. Also being a big ambassador for the Fujifilm system, used that for quite a few number of years. Love the film simulations and the recipes that you can put together with that camera, but decided recently to go back into the Olympus system, which I did start off with a long time ago. One of the main reasons for looking into this system again is the computational features which are inside the camera. So this particular camera has an inbuilt neutral density filter, meaning I don't necessarily have to put on filters to blur out the water and get the nicer effects that I'm after. And also it features high res mode, which you can use handheld or on a tripod. I have put an ND filter on for now, just an ND8, just to blur out the water a bit further, but yeah, so we've set up here. I'm at f10, ISO 200, showing about a 60-second shutter speed, and yeah, so this is Janet's Fost. We'll see what we get on this first picture. Turned off the camera at just the wrong moment. A lady was walking past with a young little puppy, a little Labrador, 21 weeks old, comes rushing straight up to me, knocks the tripod about, etc. So the shot's ruined, but it doesn't really matter. I just take the photo again, which I have done. Very happy with the result. I just wish I'd have kept the camera rolling just for that, because I thought it was quite amusing, to be honest. The dog was very cute, very affectionate little thing, full of energy. Yeah, it reminds of our old dog Kimber, but she's 12 years old now, but she still thinks she's a puppy at heart. Anyway, I think I might move on to the next location, so I'm going to keep walking on and see where we get to. Right, finally finished at Janet's Fost. I sort of think that could be the longest time I spend at one particular location, but it's one of those things, you're trying to get slow shutter speeds, and there's a few people out and about, walking about, and fair enough, they don't know, but yeah. Sometimes I walk across your shop, but it's all part and parcel of it, really. It's one of those things, you just get on with it. There's no point getting upset about it or anything. A few people apologise because they've realised after they'd stepped in front of it that I was taking a picture. But they're not to know, it don't matter. It's one of them things. I'm not going to let it ruin a day out, and I don't want it to ruin anyone else's day out. So, just heading down the road now. We're going to Gardale Force, I think, Gardale's Pike. I can't remember what the name of it is, to be honest, but yeah, heading off down that way. In fact, there's a sign here, so I'll be able to tell you what it says. Let's see. Flip you guys around. Well, I got that completely wrong. Gordale Scar, that's what we're going after. Afterwards, we'll be heading up to Malham Cove, but for now, on to Gordale. Yeah, so just on that walk down to Gordale now, and yeah, so thoughts on the Olympus so far after being away from the system for so long. Enjoying it, to be honest. Sensor size isn't everything, so it's got a micro four third sensor, so it's a very small sensor, so you're going to struggle with high ISOs and things like that, but editing software nowadays is pretty sound. One of the main reasons for choosing this, as I mentioned earlier, was the computational features. So we do a lot of camping in the camper van, and me and my wife go for the odd walk with the dog usually, and sometimes there's some nice areas where I'd like to get some pictures, but I don't necessarily want to always set up the tripod and put filters on all the time and things like that, which is obviously very time consuming, a bit boring. So yeah, this system seems to have them built in. The IBIS on it is incredible, so you can handhold for quite a few seconds, so you can get those desired effects where you've got that silky smooth water and whatnot. I think some of the newer systems have gone a bit further now. So I know the OM1 Mark II and the OM3, they incorporate gradual neutral density filters. So that would be very useful, because one thing I hate at the moment is using those grad NDs where they have to be a square. So you have to have a big rig on front of the lens and set that up, then drop your grad in, drop it on the horizon and everything else like that. If there's something in camera that you can do, I'm all for it. So it could be something to explore down the line. I was very happy with the price that I paid for this camera that I've got. So it came with 3 lenses, one of them being the 12-40 2.8 Pro lens, which I've had before. Brilliant lens, sharp edge to edge, really nice picture quality and build. Makes it fully weather sealed with this system. So yeah, I paid what you'd pay for trading basically for the camera and the 3 lenses. So I shouldn't lose out any money if it turns out it's not for me. But if it is for me, I could look to sell them individually or whatnot, and buy the camera and the lenses that I really want, and hopefully make a bit of profit. I don't know. But yeah, one thing to evaluate is which system I'm going to stick with, because like I said before, I've still got the Fuji X-T4 and I've got the Nikon ZF, and now I've got the Olympus, so need to certainly cut that down, ideally just to one system. And so far this is looking quite promising, but we'll see. I'm going to edit the pictures later on and see what we get. But yeah, I'm going to keep mooching on to Goredale now, and I'll see you in a bit. Well, I don't believe it. I've never been here before, first time here, and it's closed. Can't believe it. Due to falling rocks apparently. I mean, is that because we've had a bit of rain or something? I don't know. But it looks fine to me. I won't break the rules. So that's a bit of a bummer really. I was really looking forward to that. In fact, that's the only bit around this area that I've never been to before. And I'd scoped out some areas to get some pictures. Wasn't necessarily bothered about the waterfall bit coming down, but as you go in, you turn around. Usually on the rocks at the side on the way out, you get some really nice light hitting it. But never mind, it is what it is. Gives us an excuse to come back. I'm not going to let it ruin my day by any means. Certainly could be worse, but hey ho. Beats being in the office. Right, well, I'll make my way back down out of Goredale and start to make my way up to Malham Cove. So, I surely can't be the only one that does this on a regular basis, but when I come out for hikes, I often wear too many layers, end up sweating buckets in the first few minutes, and then taking off all my clothes really. Well, not all my clothes, but you know what I mean. So, I'm certainly glad I didn't bring one of my fleeces that I was going to wear. I only brought the slightly thinner Columbia one, but that's gone straight off and in the bag. So, the other thing I regret is I brought my film camera with me today, and I've got some pictures at Janet's Foss, but I haven't really used it again since because it's in the bottom of the bag. And I didn't bring my drone because I was expecting higher winds than this, and the winds so far are not that bad. They've been fine, but it doesn't really matter. I would have just liked to have got some drone footage really, especially at Goredale there, since I couldn't actually get up to the thing properly or climb it or do whatever else. Interesting, I can see someone right at the hilltops over there walking down, so I don't know which route they've taken, but fair play to them. So yeah, never mind. I must admit it's a bit of an overcast day, but there is a little bit of detail in the clouds, so I'm not sure how it's going to make for the photograph. Sometimes I like a bit of sun to come through, like get some nice dappled light through trees or whatnot, or hitting the cliff sides and stuff, but never mind. It's one of the things. I'm not going to cancel my trip out just for non-perfect conditions. If I was really dedicated, I'd have got up earlier and headed off out, try and get sunrise or something, but yeah, I'm not that dedicated. Okay, so we're going off route a bit here really. I believe this is a public right of access anyway. Saw some chap walking down and just asked him what was up here really. I'm trying to find a lone tree, to be honest. Now a lot of people probably don't know what that is, but basically there's a really nice picturesque tree just on its own on a load of limestone, and I've shot there before. In fact, I've got some really good sunrise pictures from it back when I have been dedicated in the past to get up really early and come out and shoot. But yeah, I would like to find it again because it just makes for a nice picture, I think, even in today, and I haven't been there for a long time. Alternative is I could drive up to it. There's a bit of a lay-by nearby where you can get in if there's not too many people about. But yeah, unfortunately this does mean that I've got a bit of a scrabble up here, a bit of a steep climb. So given my fitness levels, I'm probably going to struggle and I'm probably going to regret it, but we'll see. Don't matter. It's all going to help, isn't it, with the fitness levels, is doing stuff like this. So, right, I better put you down and carry on up here. Well, one thing's for sure, you certainly get a nice view from up here. I think I'm at the top now anyway. Let's see. Yeah, nice views. Was it worth it? Debatable. But yeah, pretty good. See what's over this edge here. No sign of a lone tree as of yet. In fact, there's Gordale Scar just down there. So, pretty cool. Right, let's see if I can find this tree. So we're just at the top up here now, and just over this side here you can see there's a load of just rocks on the side, limestone, but I'm really liking the leading edge that's coming into it, so I'm going to just try and grab a shot here. One thing I've got to be mindful of is that it's raining now, so I need to give the lens a quick wipe and everything and just get these pictures quickly, because otherwise the lens gets covered in water, and it's they do sometimes show up on the images, especially if you're using a closed off aperture like f5.6 or x6.7 or anything like that. So just give it a quick wipe here. I'm just going to try and draw it in, draw your eyes into the scene, and hopefully some of these will come out nice. Like, we're getting some really dark clouds now because of the rain, so that's only helping add a bit of drama to the pictures. So in reality it's come out quite nicely for these photos, hopefully. But yeah, we'll see how they come out in post and see what they look like. I'm mainly going for the vertical orientation, but I will take some horizontal as well, just focusing mid into the frame just to try and get everything sharp. So I'm shooting f11 here actually, and you could argue I should really be using a tripod, but I'm giving the IBIS a thorough testing. I'll drop a few down to like 6.3 and just try and make sure I've got some safe images. And while I've got it on my shoulder, I'm going to quickly grab my hat because it flew off. So while I've got it on my shoulder, I'm going to quickly fire off the picture with the film camera as well. Again, need to give it a quick wipe. Because yeah, I'm determined I'm going to try and finish this film off today. Right, I'll move on now. thinking that could be the tree that I'm after. So it does look like it's been possible to find it from here. Next question is if I can actually get to it from this side, because there's a stone wall here, a little fence the other side I can just about see, so hopefully there's a gap somewhere that we can access it from. If not, it could be quite interesting, but we'll see. Fingers crossed. Success, we found the tree. I'm not going to lie, I don't think I'd recommend coming the way that I've just come, because I couldn't really find much wall to actually climb over. Usually there's some stones to, well, a turnstile or something to get over and stuff like that, but the only one I could find was before a fence, so I needed to go further past that fence to make it over. There might have been a gap in the fence somewhere, but I wasn't really taking a chance going over the wall, so ended up just carefully going over the wall. Just wanted to make sure I didn't damage it, because obviously it's a nice stone wall, but I didn't do any damage, all's good. Yeah, here's the well, I'm going to call it my famous tree. Looks like a scene from Harry Potter with all the limestone and whatnot. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if some of Harry Potter was filmed here, like in the Deathly Hallows and everything else. But yeah, I'm going to grab a couple of quick shots. I don't think I'll be setting up the tripod or anything else like that. Again, yeah, the Ibis should hopefully cope with it and keep the shutter steady. I'm going to have a fairly decentish shutter speed, just because there is a lot of wind and I don't want to get much movement in the tree. But yeah, we'll grab a couple of shots and see what we get. Yeah, excuse the funny angle, but like I said, I'm not putting up the tripod, so I'm actually sat in one of the crevices between the limestone. But yeah, I'm gonna shoot at about 6.3, something like that. Shutter speed 320, just to give it a fast enough shutter speed to hopefully stop the movement. I'm gonna try and take this quickly because this little camera's moving about and I don't want to lose it, so we'll fire off a couple of shots. Again, using the limestone for a bit of a leading edge. Yeah, fire off plenty there, so hopefully we've got something nice there. And yeah, it might be a black and white image by the time we're finished, just because there's not that much going on with the sky and everything else like that, but yeah, we'll see what happens. I'll probably shoot a few with a film camera as well and try and finish off this roll. But yeah, head on over to Malham Cove a bit now, I think, and back down towards the car. So I don't know how well you're going to hear this. I'm going to try and cover up the microphone, but yeah, the wind has really picked up, hence the reason the hoodie's come up. And yep, the rain's coming down a bit heavier now, so it might be almost time to get out of Dodge, but I'm happy with what I've captured so far. Always hard to judge on the back of the camera screen. Like, one piece of advice I always give to everyone is try and zoom in as much as you can on your images, just to check for sharpness and make sure that you're happy with them before you come away. But even on the back of an LCD screen, when you do that, sometimes they may appear sharp, but you get back and they're maybe not quite so sharp. Then again, it may be my eyes that are going as well, so that doesn't really help. But yeah, just checking around for cars, because I am on the road now and it's only a tight little road. But yeah, make our way back down. I might still stop at Malham Cove if I can, but if not, I'm not too bothered. I've got some nice pictures and yeah, head back to the car. Right, here we go. We've made it to the top of Malham Cove. Fantastic view. Still no sign of Harry Potter. Again, I wonder if any of the Harry Potter films were shot here, but you never know. I'm still waiting for my letter for Hogwarts, by the way. I must admit, that would fill an ambition with that if I were to become a wizard. Yeah, I think, to be honest, I'm about done here now. So what I'm going to do is start making my way back to the car again and get home, get in front of the computer, cup of coffee, see how these pictures have turned out. Yeah, thanks for coming along today. I hope you've liked the pictures that I've got, and yeah, I'll have to do this again sometime soon. Got some more Fridays off, so you never know, I might be able to get out once more again. But yeah, thanks again if you've watched till the end, and see you on the next one. Bye.